I kind of was embarrassed to be a foster child. Sometimes it makes people feel uncomfortable, like they want to say, I'm sorry you were a foster child, or oh, or there's all sorts of responses that don't really feel right. I think there's an opportunity to see foster children in a different light, and so I'm hoping to help that message. When I first went into foster care, I was 12. Between the time of 12 to 18, I probably moved maybe about 20 to 25 times. If I was in between placements, a lot of times foster kids would be put in DEL, which is the detention center, as a transitionary placement. I remember the first time I walked into Donnelly Long, I was pretty scared. I was confused. I didn't really know what I had done wrong. I think I felt like maybe the kids would be really mean or something because it was a detention center. As someone who didn't really have parents that I could necessarily fall back on, there was a level of anxiety, I think, in terms of just what's going to happen. If something bad happens, who's going to care about me? When I was 12, I was very argumentative. I think when I was in the beginning of foster care, I was really angry. I was really resentful. I was angry at the system. I was angry at my parents. I was angry at everybody. Eventually, I started to learn that the difficulty that I was experiencing was my difficulty. It wasn't something that someone else is going to change for me. When I finally was in like a permanent placement, nobody asked me if I wanted to go to school, and I didn't, as a 16-and-a-half-year-old, volunteer to go to school. So I only experienced 1 year of high school, and then I didn't go back to school until I had aged out of the system and had wanted to go back and further my education in college. So I did that on my own. I took my unsubsidized and subsidized loans, and I bought inventory of textbooks from my students that I went to school with, and I used those and resold those books as my first business. So I grew that, sold that, and started a moving company afterwards using the truck that I had used for my book business.
Little drains just for this purpose, so we can look at the fuel and make sure it's good.
One of the reasons I really love having a moving company is actually it's very similar to my life. We're providing value by helping people ease a really painful transition, because moving is something that people typically do when they're getting a divorce, or when they're losing their job, or even when something happy is happening, but it's still not easy to move and to uproot your life and to not have your nest anymore. We're there kind of easing them through something that I experienced a lot when I was a kid, and it's just really gratifying to sort of be there to ease that pain. One of the biggest misconceptions is just that foster kids are these unusual people. I think they're actually very normal, and in a lot of ways they're probably stronger than the average kid, because they've had these opportunities to really maybe callous themselves to difficult situations.